April Kamaya, and you have reached my review for Put a Ring on It, Season 2, Episode 4, Back in the Lion's Den. Now, before I get started, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. I'm trying to get to 100 subscribers by the end of the year, and we can do it. I think I'm at about 31 right now, so you guys keep subscribing. I see you new subscribers. Thank you so much again. So before I get started, I already see previews of this episode. So Darion and Alexia. Ugh. Okay, so let's get started. So we start off with LaRonda deciding whether or not she wants to go on a second date, which I hope she does, and she did. So she did choose to go on a second date. Thank God, because I really thought she was going to say no because she was scared of how Sean was going to feel. So I'm glad that she chose to go on a second date. Basically, he was saying, how Dr. Nicole asked how does he feel about that. And, he was just like, she let her have her fun now, get it all out, get her options out. And basically in the confessions, they were saying that I guess they had kind of like a little tit for tat, petty little situation happen in the morning. She wasn't talking to him because I guess he was being an asshole and rude to her, whatever, because of the previous date. So, they went through all that. So I guess this is kind of like her get back. She says it's not, but I think it's kind of like her getting back at Sean for the way he probably acted behind the scenes. So Sean chooses to go out on a second date with the lady that he went out with a capital Y, as in yes, with a capital Y. And I was like, really, Sean? You got to do that? You are big mad at your girl for going on this date. You know what I'm saying? So, but I guess this is him being tit for tat. She's doing what she's doing, and I guess he's kind of poking at her too. So it is what it is, right? So Dr. Nicole states that all the couples have been in at least 2 dates. They've been on at least 2 dates. So they're going to change it up a bit, and they're going to not send Eric or Alexia on dates. She wants them to pretty much focus on themselves and the communication, I guess, they have with their partners. So I really don't understand that, but okay. I don't know why during the week only two people get to focus, and then the other, I don't know. So she goes back to Darion and Alexia. She asks how they feel about Darion going on a 3rd date. Obviously, Alexia is not happy. He, in that moment with them talking, he's very stern-faced, very cool, calm, collected. But this process seems really easy for him. If I'm not tripping, this seems very easy to him. He plays like it's hard, but it's I really feel like he is using this show to get out of a relationship with Alexia. I really feel like that. So we're gonna have to keep our eye out on Darion, because I'm really feeling like he is going to pick Kai in the end. So Jessica and Eric are in the car. They're discussing the sessions, of course, how crazy it is. Darion and Alexia's, and how, of course, Darion's going on a 3rd date, and they're kind of joking he just got some pent-up frustration, because they've been together 14 years. So I guess it's understandable. I've never been in a relationship with someone. My longest was 7.5 years. So, but even that one, I didn't feel like it was oh my God, I've been in a relationship for 7.5 years. It actually went fast. So 14 years does sound like a lot, but maybe it's a lot when it's with someone that you're not necessarily into like that no more. You know what I'm saying? If you're really into a person, I feel like that's why those long lasting relationships, those couples 30, 40 years, because they genuinely like each other. But I could be wrong. Some of them, you hear stories where they don't like each other and can't stand each other, and they've been together 40 years. So I guess it's kind of it happens one way, it happens another way. So they switch over to Alexia asking Darion how he feels about, the situation. And he begins to kind of let us in on some information, which is that they don't really have sex. So that is what Jessica and Eric was talking about, the pent up frustration. I was just taking it as a joke. I really didn't really think that he really wasn't getting anything. And by the way he's talking, they don't have sex really anymore. Like he said, they started off hot and heavy, and I guess after 14 years, it's like he said he simmered all the way down. And I mean, when he is talking about it, I mean, he is convulsing and fidgeting. I mean, he is just like, we don't have sex anymore. And, I mean, he's just like, it's just weird how he acts. And Alexia have referenced like he's acting like a kid. And that way he gives me like big kid vibes. He says that they started off, a lot, and now it's basically none, right? Then he starts talking about like they have another condo. And when he said that, I was like, that is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard, when women allow a man to have another place. Like, that is the most dumbest thing I have ever heard of. And I know he said they have a place. She said they have a condo. And basically the condo is like their studio. Like, I'm gonna need you, Darion, to get off this studio shit. I'm gonna need you to get off the music. I'm gonna need you to get off that. Like, you was a rapper back in the day, but let's keep it real. You're not rapping anymore. You're not in a group anymore. I haven't heard anything from you. So to use the studio thing, and for Lexus to keep going for the studio excuse, it's like, come on now. How many shows have we watched? And we seen that what goes on in the studio. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, sometimes I just be like, women choose to be stupid. And I really feel like Alexis is choosing to be stupid. With this episode, I ain't even got through like 15 minutes of it. She's choosing to be stupid. She's choosing to be stupid. So she starts to say, yeah, and they say that, when things get rough, whatever, he in a doghouse, then he goes to the condo. Right? Bad mistake. So Alexis says that, he been missing in action. Really? Wonder why. So that leads her to not like give it up to him, have sex, because, she thinks he might be messing around with somebody else. And so he says, every time she accuses me, it hurts me so much, and I'm just like, this this right here, this couple right here, I'm gonna have a lot to say, and excuse me if I'm gonna be long-winded with this couple in particular, because I feel like they full of shit. 14 years, right? And the way he moving is just too easy for him. Like, it's making more sense. Like, he has another condo. It's like something that he does. Like, this is not something new to Darion. You know what I'm saying? In 14 years, I don't even want to put that on that black man, but he probably has cheated on her multiple times. And she said she ain't never caught him, but I can guarantee you he probably has cheated on her, and he never got caught, because she seems like the type. She's not one of those women like me. I'm not like that. I mean, I'm like her, but not in the stupid way. I'm not gonna press you. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be like, are you cheating? Call you, text you, where you at? I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna have trust. I'm gonna trust you. But the moment I don't have trust, that's when I can't go with you no more. I can't roll with you no more. So the moment I would have lost trust with Darion, we wouldn't be together. There's 7.5 years, that relationship that I was in, it ended because it didn't even need to go that long. You know what I'm saying? I would never go that long without even marrying somebody anyway. I'm not putting up with that. You know what I'm saying? So this whole situation right here is not going to end well. You got a whole condo that he say he do music in, no music come out, right? If he's doing all this music but no music coming out, you know what I'm saying? That man is sleeping with Kai. He's sleeping with her. He's sleeping with her. So we get back to the dates, and we see Kai and Darion going into a date at the go-kart racing place, which is always fun. Darion, Oh, he is so frustrating. You want to know why? Because he says the first thing that come out of his mouth is that, he needs this because he needs that feminine energy to soothe him. That's what he said. He said he needs the feminine energy of Kai to soothe him. So I'm already like, I'm just not understanding. Like with every breath, everything that he says about Kai is always about pretty much her looks. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't talk about anything else, sir. Like you just talk about physically how she makes you feel. That's it. And that's probably because you're not getting none at home. But it's like, come on, like really. So that leads me to believe that we all can see that Alexia is not on the feminine side, right? So she's more on the, she's in touch more with her masculine side, right? She's more masculine. And I think I'm trying to figure out, was she always like this? I'm pretty sure she was. So what was the attraction? Did she change how she looks, how she walks, how she speaks? Like, I'm trying to figure out from beginning to end, like, what was the difference? Like, because, okay, you're not having sex. Okay, I get that. But physically, has she always looked like that? Because she seems like that's how she's always been, especially being a basketball player, right? So I'm kind of like, I don't know about the feminine energy. Like, I'm not getting that because she seemed like she's always acted that way. They start getting into a little bit about the last date, how it went. Of course, she asks how she feels. She's bothered by it. He's not loyal at all because like anything that she feels, he's gonna tell Kai. Like, she said, she's bothered by it. It's personal issues that she's going through, whatever that means. And he keeps saying that she knows what I like. She knows what I like. You fit that mode of what I like. And I'm like, so that brings me back to the feminine energy part. So why did you get with Alexia? You know what I'm saying? Like that doesn't make sense. I feel like you set yourself up for disaster. Like she was so cool and dope that you kind of got her, just to have that main chick, but physically maybe you weren't as into her. Because I'm just trying to figure out what the she knows what I like, as if she's not what you like. You know what I'm saying? Like if you tell somebody, you know what I like, but to be honest with you, she doesn't look like what you like. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I don't understand why he keeps saying that. But anyway, she asks, would you stop dating me if Alexis asked you to? He says no. But the way they edited it made it seem like it was just on some like after this kind of situation, like would you continue dating me? But he said I wouldn't. I would continue to date you because this is part of the process. So that's why he would not listen to her, because it's part of the process. But I don't think that's what she was asking. I think it was on some real like, if she asked you to stop seeing me, would you beyond this show, would you stop dating me? That's what I feel like she was saying. We learned some more about Kai, which actually, I'm not gonna lie, made me like her more. Not more. Oh, what am I tripping? Like her a little bit, because she's an entrepreneur like me. So she says she's going to open up a bar, a beauty bar. She's actually younger than me, which I was kind of like, ooh, like she's been through some stuff, because she's a gorgeous girl. But I was like, damn, like I'm older than her. Like, oh my God, like I ain't trying to say I look, I know I don't look old, right? You know what I'm saying? Like, she was 32 with 2 kids. I got 2 kids, but I'm older. I'm older than 32. So I was just like, damn, like, okay. But yeah, I was kind of with her, we're opening up her beauty bar. I'm for entrepreneurship and opening businesses. So I was just like, okay, you smart. You got something going for you when you open a business, because that shit ain't easy. Got my own business that I started last year, my candle business. Go check that out. So I know all about that. So that was that made me warm up to her a little bit. I just still don't like her tactics as far as this game is concerned, because you could really like fuck up somebody's relationship. Um, so so yeah, they finally got some substance behind Kai, because at first I was just like, y'all just bringing her in to be like this villain, like this goddess, this person, you know what I'm saying? Like this person to tempt him, like, and I didn't like it. So I'm glad that they're showing a little bit more about her and her personality, because that made me warm up to her a little bit. So we gonna see. So Sean met his date at the studio, because remember, we knows that she's a singer. So he was there. She was singing. She has a nice voice. She has a nice voice. Very very nice voice. Sean liked it too. He's an entertainer, so anything in the entertainment field, he's all for. And so she came out the booth. They started chatting. Asked her why she was single. Basically, she's career focused. Some women, some men are like that. I don't want to date, I don't want to have any kids, I just want to be in my career and focus on that right now, and that's perfectly fine. um, they also talk about they've been in relationships where the partner haven't been as supportive of their dreams. I think she talked about, the date talked about someone not like kind of taking her singing seriously, kind of like it's just like more of a hobby, and that Sean was kind of like, he felt that, like, yes, I understand how that feels, like you need somebody to support you, because again, but in his relationship with LaRonda, like, she supports him. So I'm not sure if he's talking about the past, or maybe some incidents with LaRonda that maybe that she hasn't supported him in, but she seems like she is on board with the whole entertainment, thing. So, I don't know if it's just more in Sean's head with his insecurities. So Sean basically was really feeling her and was like, we're super, super compatible, that it like scares him where he got to leave the date. Because it's like, you have those moments where you really mesh with somebody. But if you're in a relationship with somebody, I could see how it can kind of be like, okay, like if we keep talking, like we can really, like, so I understand what he said, and the date was excited to maybe go on a possible third date. So we gonna have to see how this goes. This is very interesting, because now Sean has somebody to kind of not focus on, and not be so much on what LaRon is doing. So I'm excited. I'm getting excited. I'm getting excited. So we meet Jessica and her date at the workout studio, because he is a bodybuilder. So of course he has to show off how he looks, of course. But they both have nice bodies, so hey. Jessica likes the attention that she receives from him, emotionally, physically. Um, so she's into him. I guess that's why she chose another second date. But she did say that she's not getting exactly, something's missing from him, so she has to kind of dig a little deeper with him. So she notices the Dana tattoo that he has on his arm, and she asks who's Dana, and he says it's my ex-wife. And so that reminds her to be like, okay, so we need to have a conversation, to get, a little bit more personal, because so far they really haven't got really, a lot of these dates haven't been really much of a substance. So they go sit down. He says that basically what happened was, basically they grew up, and the people they grew up to be were no longer compatible. It happens. I think he said he got married at 23. So from 23, even 5 years later, 28, you're not the same person. So, like I said, it's easier to grow up with somebody, but if you're growing up, like growing apart, like you're just on two different trajectories, it probably won't work. So that's pretty much what happened with them. So he wonders why, you're smart, you're beautiful, you're sweet, all these things, about you. Why are you not, like, why hasn't he wiped you up? And I never liked that question. I really hate that question. Like, I really hate that question when mostly it comes from guys. Girls will be like, if it's a certain man that is single and he's looks good on the outside, maybe a woman will say that, but mostly it does come from a guy, telling you, why you ain't wiped up, why you ain't wiped up. I mean, just because I check all the boxes, like your boxes, it doesn't mean like I'm dating a person to see like if we, are going to go to marriage, but like I don't know, I don't know, like it's not something like marriage is serious, so it's like I don't know, it's like a lot of people are good people, but it doesn't mean like they automatically deserve to be married, you know what I'm saying? It's like, yeah, she checks all the boxes, I guess, she's pretty, she's a beautiful girl, seems like a cool personality, according to his Eric, though, she don't have much substance. So you know what I'm saying? So it's like, yeah, you saying from the outside like it looks good, and why you haven't wiped it up, why she hasn't wiped you up, but according to his boyfriend, she is cool, but she ain't got much substance. So I mean, I'm just saying. So you can't just judge a book by a cover and just go like, oh, why you not this or why you not that? Like that doesn't mean anything. So we move over to Dr. Nicole visiting Darion and Alexia at their house. And, you already know it's about to be some shit. And they talk about the issues that they are having. So Darion is frustrated because, from his point of view, because I'm going to play devil's advocate, from his point of view, she keeps accusing him of things that she has no proof of. So, for example, you can't tell me that I'm in a condo with a woman because you haven't seen that. You haven't caught me doing that, so you can't say verbatim, as a fact that I'm chilling with women. And so I guess that's what's getting him upset. Okay. So from her perspective, she's saying, okay, yeah, I may not have caught you, but it's the what she says, the picture that you're painting, right? And she gives an example. She gives a couple examples. During All-Star weekend, they're supposed to hang out at the condo. I guess there was 10, 11 o'clock came. He's calling, no answer. What's going on? You know, so I guess they didn't hang out that night, right? So that leaves her mind wandering. Then sometimes when he goes out of town, he's already out of town before when he calls. He's not like, when you come home, baby, I gotta go out of town, in a couple days, blah, 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 blah. That's usually how the conversation goes, right? Before you go out of town. He don't do that. He just go to Texas and then call on the phone. Hey, babe, I'm out of town. I'm in Texas. I'll come back. So from her perspective, you're allowing things to pop in my head. You're making me think certain things. And that's what she's saying. You're making me think certain things. So yes, I'm going to think certain things. And like she said, that's my truth. It's not a lie. That's what you're making me think. And that's what I'm going off of. So Darian is continuing to be very defensive, telling Dr. Nicole that Alexia is just lying about everything. Dr. Nicole is very confused, pretty much was like, Darian, you came in, on a 10, and you started the conversation, but pretty much what is the root of what is going on? Like, how did we get, here? And Alexia's pretty much says that she wants to get married. She wants children. She's only 32. Again, another woman that I'm older than, which is very shocking because the way they act, it's like emotionally seem like they immature, but they look older than they are. But anyway, that's besides the point. And he's not ready to get married. He doesn't want to do it on her time. Like, he wants to take his time. 14 years, not understanding. So she thinks that he pretty much like blows up things, in arguments so that he can run away from what's really going on, which is she wants to get married because, again, she's 32 and the clock is ticking. We all know that, right? Boy, guys can have babies all the way to their 100. Women, we can't. So she begins to say that basically he has, 3 kids, and 2 baby mamas within the 14 years. So I'm trying to remember from the beginning. Did they say they were 14 years straight, or was this 14 years on and off? Because if it was 14 years on and off, then that might have been where the kids came into play. You know what I'm saying? Because when you take them breaks and you off and you let a man be single, that's what happens, and you can't really be mad at that. So they didn't really dive into it, so I'm wondering. It makes me believe that those incidents didn't happen when they were together, because in my head she would be more mad, because it's like, that means you cheated on me 3 times, you know what I'm saying? And with one woman has 2 kids. So in my head I'm like, she would be mad if he cheated on her 3 times, 3 kids. So she really wasn't mad at that. She's a little resentful because obviously he has kids with somebody else, but it might have not been like as like cheating. You know what I'm saying? So they didn't really dive into that. So I'm curious about that. He keeps saying he don't want to rush into marriage. 14 years? Okay. The ring, the kids, it changes people, which I hear all the time, and it quite possibly does. He basically don't want to get married when they already have problems, which I understand completely too. Even though they've been together 14 years, y'all still having problems like this is not a sign to be like marriage, in my opinion, especially when it comes to trust issues. That's serious. um to me, she's wasting her life. I'm just gonna say it. So 32, so you got with him when you're 20. Ooh, she missed them good years. Like, she missed them good years, y'all. Like, if anything, if I'm not gonna say anything, when you turn 18, just live your life. You know what I'm saying? Like, you only have one life to live. Just live your life. Getting with somebody, relationship, married, 18, 19, 20, it's like, it's cool, but I don't think it should be so serious. You know what I'm saying? Because look at her. 14 years. Oh, yeah, 14 years. So she was with him since 18. She's wasting her good years. Like, no offense, but this is the truth. This is science. Our eggs, as you get older, they become a little bit older eggs, right? And so sometimes when we do have the kids at an older age, we might have problems. So I'm not trying to be mean, but she wasted a lot of her good young eggs. I'm just saying, she's wasting a lot of her good eggs. I'm just saying, waiting on a man that clearly is not gonna marry you. Clearly, if he asked her to marry her on the show, I'm not gonna believe it, because I don't believe it. Okay, so we switch over to LaRonda and her date, Sir something, I forgot. Going to a bowling date. Bowling dates always fun. I'm very competitive. I like games and activities like that with people, so this is right up my alley. They start talking about his past. Basically, his ex, he says, was trifling and cheated on him, and that seemed like he wanted the ex to hear that, because he made it a point to go, my ex was trifling. So anybody that know him can relate that the ex that he talking about is trifling. So I think that was more for the ex that he said that. And then they discuss LaRonda and basically her issues. Basically what Sean is, he's insecure, and we all know that. He's insecure, and to me he's also controlling. But she begins to say she likes to know where she's going, who she's talking to, where she's at, who she going out with. It's like, what? Like, those type of dudes, that's scary. Like, that is like, I've been there. No, that was my 7. That was whatever. That was my relationship in the past, and no, that's not a good trait. When he's like that, he's controlling. When he's like that, he's jealous. When he's like that, he's insecure. Like, LaRonda, like, they was having a good time, a good conversation. I feel like she likes him. I feel like I need to see another date to kind of get more substance. but I feel like a part of her is like holding back because one, she really really loves Sean, and two, scared of the reaction to how he would react if she does go on a third date. So I'm pretty much gonna say that she probably not gonna go on a third date with him. She not, because he gonna go crazy. Sean can't handle that if she do that, like for real. So we back with all six couples to discuss everybody's experiences. Again, we got to talk about Darion and Alexia issues. Basically, after Dr. Nicole left, they, I guess, or Darion had an epiphany, I guess, and decided to listen to what Alexia's feelings were. And so she says, she talks about this All-Star Weekend again and how it's kept bothering her. And basically, Darion ends up showing her pictures of what he did that weekend. And I guess that was like, she can believe that, like, that relieved kind of her suspicions. Because as Dr. Nicole says, you know, we can't just have just a blank canvas. You have to like fill in those spaces up with information, and I guess that was information that helped her ease her mind, I guess, in that type of way, I guess. So I don't know. I think Darion is full of shit, and I don't really care anymore, because he starts talking about, you know, she has guy friends, and she needs to take that seriously, and I'm just like, it's just the hypocrisy for me, you know, when it comes to guys. Like, it really is the hypocrisy for me. Like, you literally are like having so much fun dating and enjoying, you know, Kai with so much ease, and that's fine. But I'm sure these guys that you've probably been around, y'all have seen each other for 14 years, so it's probably a friend that literally are, like, they really are just friends, and you have a problem with that. A genuine friendship, which she had already said that he supports her and everything. So she probably got a little dude on the side that they've been friends for a long time, that emotionally is her support. It probably is somebody that's emotionally there for her. Jessica and Eric start discussing, you know, how they need to work on resolving conflict. They He never likes to talk about the issues. He said he doesn't like to put that on people, because he says 80% of people don't even want to hear what you know, have to say. And then Dr. Nicole was like, well, 80%, does that include Jessica? And he was like, yeah, that includes Jessica. Eric says that the advice Jessica gives is usually like useless. And pretty much he was saying like whatever she like tells me advice is like I've already thought of. Like, she's not bringing any new information to the table, is what I got from it, pretty much. And I, like like, I don't know, like, if this is from Eric's standpoint of view, but I mean, he makes it very clear that Jessica has no substance, in my opinion. That's what, from his point of view, he acts like Jessica is just physically, like, she got it down packed, you know, good, beautiful, all that. But as far as mentally, she doesn't do it for him. That's what I took from it. So Jessica says that he has stated that she usually has to like pry information from him, like needs to. She usually has to like get information from him for him to open up. And I was just like, well, you say that it's just all mostly physical with her, and she doesn't really talk about anything like deep. You need more depth. But then you are clearly don't open up to her or tell her information either. So, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you want her to have so much depth in conversation, but yet you don't open up either. So, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, y'all both are not, you guys both are not seeking deeper conversation. Like, both of you guys, okay? So we get to the end, and we ask the four people, you know, would they want to go on another date with their person that they saw. So Rhonda felt that she was leading the conversation mostly with her date, so he would not be getting a second date. Sean liked the date. Yes, with old girl. So he's gonna go on a date with her, I think. Yeah. Jessica, she will not be going on a third date with oh boy. And we get to Darion's stupid ass. He will willingly, like happily, go on another date with Kai, of course. He even states he wants to play with fire. I'm just so confused. Like, I don't know. Just like Alexia, she walked out, and that was the end of the episode. I don't know how much more a guy can tell you that they don't care about you. I mean, I've seen, what's this, the third or fourth episode, the fourth episode, and I already feel like he's already in a mode of, we've been on and off for 14 years. I done had kids. I got 2 baby mamas. I done did my thing. I just feel like he don't care. I just feel like this is, again, this further lets me know he wanted to get on this show so he can not cheat, but see other people. But he happened to like Kai, so now he just he keep going with Kai. But he got on this show so he can see somebody else. He didn't really have to, because I feel like he's already done that. But I'm just really like irritated, because I'm like, she really has lost all her years. Like, it's like, it's sad. Like, she's really has lost most of her years. Like, she might meet somebody, but you got to think she gonna meet somebody else 2 or 3 years, maybe 5 years. She'll be 39. You know what I'm saying? So I think in her mind, that's what she's thinking. I've stayed this long, I might as well stay. And I think it's a mistake. I really do think it's a mistake. I think at the end of this show, I think she needs to start just dating and opening up to other guys, and just play it like that. I think she played herself, and she's in a situation where she doesn't have anything, and she wants it. She wants the marriage, and she wants the kids. And we do this thing where we've been with someone for a long time, so we don't want to waste all those years. But baby girl, you got to let Darion go. Please let him go. So you guys, that was the end of my review. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. And I will see you on the next episode next week. It's going to be a good one, because I think Sean is starting to like the old girl. So I don't know. We about to see some stuff. So I'm excited. So yeah, I'll see you guys on the next episode. All right, bye.